that goodie box get here.
You still waiting on that?
Yeah, they still got it on the workbench.
Right on.
Man, the other cats will let me know about that 24 pill, so. Damn, I'm gonna be a bad cat middle.
24, I thought you was getting a 32.
No, I'm getting that 16, and then I'm gonna get that 24.
Oh yeah, that 16 will do about 32, won't it?
Shit, we're gonna do more than that.
And then 24, well, it ain't gonna do a whole lot because when I put it over here on my bench, I run things about halfway, so I'm not so hard on them. So I'll probably do only about 1,200 with it when you get it over here.
Yeah, it might. Shit. Well, it might do, shit, 7,000, 8,000.
We're in the streets now, so I know it ain't gonna cost a whole lot.
No, it ain't gonna cost that much shit. It probably cost $5.
Oh man, I'm en route. Of course, I might have to borrow that $5, but I'll be there.
I'm gonna sell my 16 pills for 2.
Oh, you're Texas Star?
No, when my 16 pills, when my 16 get here, I'm gonna sell it for about $2.
Oh hell. So shit, $7 I could clean up.
Shit, well, you too bad there, boxer.
I'll even throw in a $3 tip.
Shit, I'm just gonna get my radio away.
Oh yeah? Will it come equipped for the truck?
Yeah, shit. The truck got for sale sign on anyway.
Oh shit. Who's in there trying to key down? Go ahead, your turn.
Well, shit, that's all he is doing is trying.
That's all he can do is try, is that what you said?
That's all he can do is try right about now.
Right on. All I know is somebody had their shoes on.
Shit, they better put them on. Well, I'm gonna damn sure take them off come next week.
They don't take them off, huh?
If they don't take them off themselves, I'm gonna take them off.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, it's gonna go from being awful hot to really cold in here next week. When their shoes come off, their toes are gonna get cold.
You don't fuck around there and get froze, bitch.
Now, you know, Uncle, when he was, what do you have, a 32 pill? No, not a 32. What do you have? A 16 maybe? But anyway, he had to go out of town to be able to talk on it, just to be able to talk in town, or, you know, so he didn't blow shit up around here.
Man, I ain't gonna give a damn. Shit, I ain't gonna give a damn about what I blew up.
What if you blow up your little truck when you're going down the road?
Shit, I'm putting that in that suburban.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Better get that alternator put in there.
Shit, man, I already got all the motor in the making.
What do they call them? Leaseful bills or whatever? Better get that set up.
I'm getting 300. I'm getting a 300.
Roger. Didn't that lady have one down there when we went down there? Or you asked her about them, didn't you?
No, she ain't having that.
Yeah. I don't know if she said she could get them or she knew what we were talking about, but that's where I would start.
Shit, I went back down there. I mean, hell, I ain't seen no car living over there. Damn, she closed down or something?
Well, it's very well possible that because of the corona shit, she might not be open to the public, or she might not be doing any work at all, except for maybe, catch-up work. Who knows? She's been down there forever.
Yeah.
But, who I know has got one? I thought you had one. I know Uncle's got some. Maybe it was, I thought it was you, but maybe it was Pork Chop. I don't know. I can't remember.
I got two. I seen the ones Uncle got, but I got two of them. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. They're yellow, aren't they?
No.
I think Uncle's are yellow.
Damn, I've been sitting there waiting on this lady to call me about this damn trip I went and looked at. Yeah, and she ain't called me back yet.
I'm still trying to get things together for that one thing we were talking about.
Yeah. I'm hoping she called me back on this trip. She come on some damn 3500. Shit, she ain't getting no 3500 from me.
Which truck?
This is a Chevy, a Silverado. I went and looked at it, shit yesterday. And I've been waiting on her to call me back, man, see what the hell she want to do.
She better cut that down to 1700.
Yeah, she need to take it down to 1,000. I wouldn't even waste my time going over there taking it under 1,000 off.
Right, what year is it?
What is that?
What year is it?
Shit, what was it, 94, I think it was.
94, Rojo.
Hey, anybody got any kind of copy on this little basement station?
Yes.
You gonna get out of there, man?
Got a grip on your lip? Go ahead.
Evening time to your rude dog. Evening time to your double nickel pickup truck. I just heard y'all in there. Thought I'd give you a wave.
Tell y'all to let on, man. How things going on your end?
Rude dog. I am not. I repeat, I am not.
How things going on your end?
Hey, 5-5, who are you talking to? I'm on my little basement station on that short-ass Antron. I ain't got no ears.
Talking to Bandit.
I'm sorry, Bandit. Old Wrench, 142 out here by Auburn, man. I'm on my little alligator station. I couldn't hear you. I thought it was a dog. All right, man, I'll get out of y'all's way. Freebird, I think I heard you in there. Old Wrench with a wave. Back quiet.
Hey, Wrench. Hey, Wrench, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got a grip on you. Come on.
I understand now why you call me rude dog, because you couldn't hardly hear me. That makes sense.
Well, no, that's strange, because usually even on this little alligator station out here, I got a pretty decent copy on Root Dog, but I couldn't quite make it out, and I thought it was him. Anyway, I don't know we ever talked before, but this is Wrench, or 142 Treetop Station. I'm out here by Auburn. Nice to meet you.
Roger, yeah, no, that's only my second day on the radio, so probably not, but I think Freebird was keying on me when we were talking. That's why you couldn't hear me.
Oh, he does that. That old Freebird, he's something else, ain't you, Freebird? Just ask him, he'll tell you.
If you don't believe him, he'll tell you. Well, Rance, 142, nice to meet you. I go by Bandit. 417 in the wheat fields of Kansas. They call me the weakest station in the nation.
Hey, Bandit, whereabouts is year 20?
Over here by Topeka High.
Right down there in the middle of the mess.
Hey, yes, sir. Right down here about 12th and Taylor.
Now he's the one that starts it all, and then he runs home real quick and gets the hell out of it.
Who, me?
Yeah, you go down the road, you start shit, and then run off when the shooting starts. You run off, then somebody else gets in trouble for it.
Somebody else gets shot. I've done a lot of damage down there around 13th and Western. Hey, Rich, what kind of base you got down there?
No, I'm talking on a Cobra 2000 with a MOSFET, little 4 MOSFET, mobile amp on a power supply on a Antron that's only about 15 feet off the ground, but I got a super penetrator aluminum antenna up in about a 60-foot pine tree upstairs, and 4-tuber Mako 200 and Galaxy Saturn.
Hey, 10-4, yeah. That Cobra 2000 sounds good, man. I got about 8 numbers on you over here. Good modulation, crystal clear. I used to have a Mako 4-tuber, Mako 200. Pretty nice little box. But, yeah, I mean, I got a good copy on you.
Yeah, I've got about 4 numbers on you, real good audio. But like I said, this is an alligator station here, big time. I'll
We'll get on his big station.
see what kind of copy I got on you up there. But I like those Mako 200s. I've got 2 of them. One of them with the 8950s in it, and then whatever the hell the other ones are in the other one.
Like, what is it, FQL6s or something like that, or JBL6, I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just running barefoot, too, on a little Galaxy 66 off of an Andron.
Roger that. I actually have a
Tell him to go hit on his big radio.
upstairs right now. Also, I've got a real loud talking 66. That thing's got some monster audio.
Hey, Ron, yeah, I got a Galaxy Saturn too, but it's been giving me some fits lately, so I don't know. I don't have any audio to it. I used to have a 104 hooked up to it, but some of these guys are trying to talk to me, man, but they're talking while you're talking, and you're just wiping them slick.
Well, man, I'll get out of the way here for a minute and meander myself back upstairs to my main radio and see what kind of copy I got on you up there.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. I like to see what this thing is doing out there in Auburn. I mean, you got 4 of them on me in the basement. I hate to see what it's going to do in the ceiling or the attic, I guess.
Roger that, Mr. Bandit. I'll bump it down on you in a minute and I'll wrench at Treetop Station back quiet.
All right, brother. Put it on you later. Now, what was you saying, MC? At 5 Live, what was you saying?
I didn't hear MC out there.
Oh, was that you that said something, Freebird?
I said, ask him who he's related to while you got him on there.
Oh, yeah, well, I was going to ask him if he's related to Mr. Big. That's the guy you were talking about, right?
I'm thinking he's the one that's related to Mr. Big.
Well, who's he related to?
Confused with each other.
Do what?
I said sometimes I get people's handles confused with each other, but I think he's the one that's related to Mr. Big.
Well, he's going to go on his upstairs radio and holler for me, so we'll find out.
What do you say, man?
I said, what's happening?
Hey, Bandit, I'm on my station in the shed. That's all.
Hey, Roger. Yeah, it sounds like you're pulling in some skip with you. Yeah, some skip trying to get in there.
Yeah, I know. Let's skip on the bowl down now.
Yeah, Rondo. You're in the shed right now?
Yeah, I'm in my shed now.
Shit, I got 8 numbers on you. Ain't barefoot?
Yeah, I'm barefoot right there.
What antenna? You got to try that again.
I'm on my iMac.
Oh, 10-4. Yeah, I got 8 numbers on you. You over there by the bell?
What about right there?
Do it again, I wasn't looking.
What about right there?
Oh yeah, that jumped it up into the red, about the right side of the 10.
That's that little thing right there.
Yeah, it ain't gonna go no further than that. This needle is really stingy. It won't hit any harder than that unless you're right in my driveway or strong radio.
Yeah, 10 right here. I'm on that little 200 right there.
200?
Yeah, on that Mako.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, it's doing the deal, that's for sure. I think your mic's cutting out or something, though.
Yeah, I saw it.
That sounds like it.
Oh yeah, check 1 2 1 2.
Damn, I missed that.
Oh no, I'm gonna go get my little microphone out the damn truck.
That's what I used to love to do with that thing, man. I just hold that mic down for a little bit. And you hear all them Roger beeps underneath, but if anybody tried to talk, man, it sounded like Charlie Brown's school teacher. Oh, give it back.
You can get it back. So you want it back?
I ain't got no kind of money right now.
It's good for credit.
Oh, well, shit. You know, Gene Wheeler got credit for days.
Yeah, we take credit too.
Oh, right on.
Hey man, what about this street tower station out here? Anybody got a copy on this station?
Hey, is that you, Rance?
Yeah, that's me, Rich.
Go back to the basement.
Get back on that Cobra.
I'm just playing, man. That thing sounds good.
Well, I know I sound good down there, but you guys sound a lot better up here.
You got more than 4 on me up there?
Yeah, I got 5 swinging 7 on you on one antenna, and about 6 swinging up to 8 on the other.
Swinging.
Boy, you got a flat side?
No,
You got keys on, that's what it is.
I want to know which way she's swinging up there.
Or you just got 2 different antennas and 2 different ground planes?
Hey, Bandit.
I've got an
Hey, Bandit.
the ground plane
Hey, Bandit.
and
Hey, Bandit.
a 500.
Hey, Bandit.
Both of them pretty well.
Hey, Bandit.
And my elevation out here, I'm up on top of the big hill.
Yeah, 10-4. Go ahead, 5.
Take my mic. I ain't wanting that at all.
Hey, 5, go ahead.
I ain't wanting that.
Swinging out there. Is he swinging to the right or to the left? He's swinging forward. Hey, 5-5. 5-5, why you keying on me, man? I thought we was friends.
We is friends. I kill my friends too.
I cheat on everybody. I know you do. I know you do, Five, but you know what? I learned a valuable lesson, 5-5. That one night me and you at 431 was hard at old Johnny.
Uh-huh.
Hey, friends.
Yeah, I learned a valuable lesson that night, 5-5. That's when you learn to respect your elders, there, right?
You know I don't play. You know my mobile don't play.
I know that's right, big brother. All right, man, I hear Bandit in there jumping up and down. Come on.
That's right.
Shit, Bandit don't want that.
Man, he shits on me.
He don't want that, man.
I know you heard me, Renz.
I heard you, Roger, B.
Hey, Five.
I said I heard you, Roger, B, but the rest I heard was 5-5.
Of course. I said he's my best friend, but he shits on me.
He drove halfway to Auburn before he started keying on you, baby.
I know, right? He's like in Dover right now, keying on me. Remember, we used to get him to do that shit, man. That was funny shit. That's how they used to get me, too. Hey, Lance, are you related to Mr. Big?
Yeah, that's my great uncle. My granddad's brother.
Oh, right on. Is he doing okay? I tried to holler at him on the radio yesterday and I didn't get any answer. Somebody said he might be in the hospital.
Oh, he's at home watching TV, patting his dog. He just won't get on his damn radio anymore. Me and Freebird was just talking about that the other night.
Oh, he don't turn it on anymore, or he just don't talk on it?
No, it started with technical difficulties, and now a lot of it is just his mobility. Getting over to his radio. There's some steps between him and his radio.
Yeah, Roger. Well, I know when I used to live over by there, I went over and looked at one of his amps for him, and he had the radio and amp and the battery pack and everything right there by his one chair. I mean, I'm sure he's probably rearranged a million times since then. It's been a few years ago. But I just always wondered how he's been, man. I ain't heard from him in a long time, and of course I don't live over in Oakland anymore, so I don't get a chance to get out much.
Yeah, roger that, man. I tell you what, he got me into this when I was in junior high. I was about 12 when he got me into it, and I used to hang out up there on 36 and talk to him and Fuzzy Duck and Dudley and Pork Chop and just man, all them guys up there. They called me Jackhammer back then because I was a young kid on a channel with a bunch of old guys. They told me to stay away from 17 because that's where Rude Dog and all them other loudmouths were making a bunch of noise I didn't need to hear as a young kid.
Yeah, well, we've been loudmouths on just about every channel. But yeah, Jackhammer, that sounds familiar. I used to talk to all them guys that you just mentioned. Well, I still do talk to some of them. Well, all except for one of them. And, well, and Mr. Big, like I ain't heard him in over a year or so.
Yeah, man, Fuzzy Duck and Mr. Big went in on my first base station radio was a Cobra 142 that had an external frequency counter and some extra channels and a couple little bells and whistles that they went in on and got me for my birthday, and I was got an answer. My dad got me an answer on, and I started keying this radio up about age 12. Before that, I was in an old pickup with no motor, but it had a battery in it.
So he needed a But yeah, man, whew, what are you talking on now? You talking on that Saturn with Mako?
Yeah, 410 on the Saturn and the Mako 200.
That's exactly how I had mine set up when I first brought this Saturn home. Had that Saturn and that Mako. Of course, I didn't even need the Mako half the time. I could key on 5.5 barefoot while he was
10-9.
slap him around a little bit, but he got the better of me one time. Well, a few times actually, but one time he got the better of me when there was witnesses, and I just kind of calmed down after that.
Hey, I learned.
Tell him that Mako he got ain't working right there, man.
But I learned my lesson about 5.5, man. You got to respect your elders, because just when you think you got your station on and popping, he might just shut you down in his pickup truck.
When I first met him, I told him he had to raise his hand before he could talk on my channel. I found out 5.5 only raises his hand to slap the shit out of somebody.
I ain't playing now.
You ain't playing now?
No, I ain't playing now.
Where you at now? You still in the shed?
Yeah, I came back to the shed. I had to do something for my wife right quick.
What's that?
I heard you calling me. I got my radio on in my truck too. I heard you calling me.
Yeah, you guys are talking at the same time. 5.5, are you back in the house?
Yeah, I'm in my shed right now.
Nah, Tim, boy.
I was saying, I got my radio on in my truck too, and I heard you was calling me, and shit, I was trying to stick that light down in the ground.
Oh, gotcha, yeah. I was hollering at you because, I was telling him that, I said, cause he said something about, friends or elders or something like that. I said, shit, I said, 5.5 is my best friend, and he shits on me. He don't key on me, he shits on me.
Hey, Lance.
Yeah, come on, big brother.
Well, you might have to turn your radio off probably next week or so. I got something coming in the mail.
What, you ordered something from Dave?
Shit, man, I've been trying to call Dave, and shit, they done changed the number, man. So I had to get in touch with Fat Boy.
You talking about Dave and Dave made?
855, well, let me tell you a little something. What do you call a whole big pack of lions? I think they call it a pride. I think they call it a pride, and it'll do just about a KW. I think I know where there's one at, and it's going to be on my bench in a minute.
Shit, you gonna need more than that damn pride.
You're gonna need about 10 lions.
I'm gonna see what you can do with that 16 pill when they get here, probably next week or so. And I got a 24 coming too.
We're having poop all over you guys, and you're going to stink for quite a while.
I know when you guys say Dave, you're not talking about Dave Made.
Shit, they done changed the number, man. Shit, they done changed that number to Dave made that phone.
Well, yeah, because Dave Made, his name is not Dave. The guy that makes the amps, his name is Joe. And the cell number that I got for him, I don't know. I ain't talked to him in a while, but he might have a new number now. I'll have to find that cell number and find out.
Well, shit, the number that I've been calling them on here, it don't work no more.
Is that old Joe from Kokomo?
No, not Joe from Kokomo.
What you doing in my truck? Take that microphone up. I want to hear how that truck sounds, brother.
Was you calling a 800 number or what?
It was a 775.
Yeah, because I got a notebook, and the only thing thing I could write when I was talking to him on the phone. Only thing I had to write with
Baby, quit your lying ass.
his name and wrote down his number. And I never copied it to myself. And that notebook, I have no clue where it's at. It's the only thing that was ever written in it.
It's a 757-389-0292. That number don't work no more.
Yeah, 10-4. Well, I don't know. It don't seem like that was the number, but I like to say it's been so long. It seemed like there was a few twos and a few zeros in there, but the 757 part sounded familiar.
That's the number. Shit, I went online and you got the same number. And shit, I even talked to him. I talked to him over this number, but you ain't gonna talk to him now.
Yeah, you talked to Joe?
Yeah. I asked him about how much it was that 16, and he told me it was 16.50. And shit, like I said, I had called him. I called him because it was this month when I tried to call him. And shit, damn thing was had to change.
You need to quit popping them pills and just go talk to your man Rude Dog or Bigfoot and get you a big box of glass. Quit messing around. Oh, that man, that's been scary, me.
I gotta know who this Mako for right now.
You like that Mako, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
He better like it. He got it from Daddy.
Hey, Five. You know, what, are you still driving that thing with that 29? Because on the high side, you're not back swinging. But when you're on the low side, earlier, you was back swinging.
I'm on my 29 Classic. Then I got this old black face 29 too.
You know what I told you, man, the best thing is that Saturn or that 66 with the variable power. You got some 979s, don't you? Got variable power, that's what you need.
Man, somebody stole my damn video.
Are you serious? I got one of those digital face 29s like you got, sitting over at Root Dogs right now that's got a adjustable RF power on it.
On the old black face Cobra you got?
You could put a variable power in that 29.
Yeah, it can be done, but it's tricky because it's not like a 29 Classic. It's one of those new what is it? LX something, the old digital surface mount shit.
Yeah, it's an LX29.
Yeah, it's like this old damn Cobra I got right here, this old black face Cobra with the light change color on it.
Yeah, that's the same one that I got. And Rude Dog, it's over at Rude Dogs right now, but he put a variable power on it. You need to have him do that to that one so that you can run it with that Mako 200 because you're overdriving the damn thing when it's on the low side, man.
Yeah, right here. But I'm on my 29 Classic right here.
But earlier, flip that thing to the low side and let me see the back swings.
Alright, they go to the low side right there.
Yeah, back swinging like a banshee. Going from 5 swinging damn near to 3.
Damn.
That's not back swinging over here, but there again, that don't mean anything.
But you're close enough. He ought to be, what, in the red, swinging to the red?
Yeah, he's not swinging at all, but it's this meter's really stingy, and he's about hitting it about as hard as he can from his distance.
Well, I'm watching him on 2 different meters on 2 different antennas, and he's back swinging on both of them on that low side.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I put as much as 12 watts into that Mako before with no problem, but It's better if you do it on the low side or on the low variable, 2 or 3 watts. But probably what's going on is the tuning, the load and the tune. You might not have that adjusted properly. If your meter isn't working to show the adjustment, you put an audio tone into the microphone, watch that orange light, and the brighter that light gets, the more tuned up it is. You just got to kind of get a feel for it and listen for it.
Nah, what it is you got too much dead key. I'm putting 17 watts into my Mako 200 right now, but this radio don't key up at nothing but 2 watts or so. That's what these Mako 200s, man. He just got too much dead key on that 29 is all.
No, I just said I put as much as 12 watt dead key into that radio, and it worked just fine. However, you're right, the lower the variable, the lower the dead key, the lower swing will work, but the swing isn't going to affect it. The swing from the radio, it's not going to hurt it. It's, like I say, I don't think it's tuned right at all.
Oh, Roger. I didn't realize you were saying you put that big of a dead key into them. In my personal experience with the two that I have, if you, and I don't like to give anything for big dead key.
I'm gonna get somebody to check this thing out, man.
They work better with a radio like a Galaxy that has a low dead key and swings up high. Because I can put my 2000 on this and it won't do what this will do, but the audio will actually make up for it and it'll be just as loud.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. You ain't wrong about none of that, but I just know from experience what I've done with that one. But always, in my opinion, the lower the carrier, the better, as long as it's got good modulated swing.
Man, hey, Bandit, shit, the modulation light don't work.
What's that?
That modulation light.
Yeah, it works. It brightens up orange when you modulate into it. If it's not turning orange when you talk into it, then you got a tune wrong.
Shit, I ain't messed with nothing.
You ain't done what?
I ain't touched a thing.
Oh, well, you never tuned it up?
No.
Oh, well, yeah, it's not like your transistors. You can just go to any frequency you want and talk. Every time you go to a different frequency, let's say you go from channel 17 down to channel 5, you'll want to tune that again for that channel. Just like if you go from channel 5 to channel, say, 44, you'll want to tune it for that channel. And that's probably another reason why it's doing it. It's not tuned.
I ain't touched a thing, man. Shit, all I did was just move this thing up.
Well, yeah, like again, we can't go by what it was over here on this antenna with this radio and, the feeling silent. You gotta tune in, adjust it for yourself, actually tune that thing.
Shit, boy, I ain't hear nothing. You and Ranch was all up in there. And Ranch said something about a backswing.
You didn't hear anything I said?
Man, I ain't hear nothing.
I'll tell you later.
No, I was just saying, no wonder you're backswinging, tune that thing. Even if you get it half-ass close, you'll be okay across the regular 40. But if you didn't even touch nothing, yeah, you definitely got to tune that thing.
Yeah, I ain't even touch it, man.
Maybe if you ain't doing nothing tomorrow, you come over and get me. We'll go take a look at it.
What Mario? Yeah, I ain't doing nothing tomorrow.
Roger. Well, just give me a call when you get up there and let's take a look at it if you want to.
Yeah, right.
You still got those meters?
Still got what?
The tuning meters.
Yeah, my watt meter?
Yeah, your watt meter.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, has it got the peak on it? I can't remember. Like my meter, I don't even know where the hell my meter's at, but mine's got RMS and PEP, so you'll really want to do both. You got a bird meter though, don't you?
Shit. I'm about to order me a bird meter.
Roger. Okay, well, yeah, just give me a shout tomorrow. We'll get it lined out for you. I'll show you. I don't even know why I didn't explain that to you. I thought you already knew.
No, you ain't tell me that.
No, I didn't. That's my fault. So you might not want to talk on it until we take a look at it tomorrow.
I'm ready to get out this shit anyway. I'm going back to my truck.
All right, brother. We're standing by. Good call on that, Rance. I didn't even know that it was back swinging like that. I didn't know that he didn't adjust it, but that's kind of my fault because I didn't say nothing to him. I thought he already knew that, but he's only been messing with transistor amplifiers. I don't think he's had any tubes lately.
Yeah, roger that. Well, I've been talking to him since he got it set up, and I talked to him a couple times, and I would, same as you, I assumed that he had already tuned it, and that's the only way that I've ever had one of these Mako's backswing. If it was if the tune and load were set properly and everything, I've never had one of them backswing unless you were overdriving it, or not overdriving it, but giving it too much dead key, and so that I just assumed that he knew to tune it, and that was the high dead key was his issue, but and I know you're right. These things will take some abuse. I don't like to do that to them because the 50 extra watts you might get out of it is a drop in the bucket. So I don't run them that hard, but
Yeah, you just got key, though.
Yeah, well, that one there was made in 1974, and it had a makeover in, well, I want to say 2014, but it might have been 2016. I think it was 2014 though. And anyway, it's got the bigger caps in it. It's had a lot of work done to it, and it's kind of designed for a bigger dead key, but it likes the lower dead key. It's easier on it. But it doesn't matter what you do to it, it's still got to be tuned. And I should have explained that. And then he said he ain't messed with nothing, he ain't done nothing, and that light ain't came on, so that really made me nervous then.
How about it out there in T-Town? Shotgun at the wave.
Hey, we hear somebody out there waving in skip land. Go ahead.
oh, that ain't no skip land. That's shotgun out there in Perry. Shotgun, what's happening this whole wrench here?
How about it? How's this old B104 sounding? This is Rick the Mod. Not too noisy, not picking up the background noise, or do I need to take it out?
It ain't too bad. Is that the one that Mixed Foot modified?
Yeah, 10 foot.
Alright, where you got your mic gain set at?
3/4.
Alright, how far away from the microphone are you talking?
About 1.5 feet. I got my arm stretched out there, sat back in the chair.
And put your mic gain at about 12 o'clock, and then get about 6 inches away from the microphone. Let me hear what that sounds like.
It's got good numbers, it just don't have any audio.
How about now? Audio.
He sounds muffled.
That ain't good.
Yeah, you don't have any audio, and they're right, muffle you.
10-4 on the not very much audio.
Shotgun, give just turn your mic gain down a little bit, and then key up, and stay about a foot away from the microphone, and just gradually turn your mic gain up, and let me see what it sounds like.
And before you do that, Shotgun, if you can hear me, what kind of microphone do you got?
Yeah, I can hear you out there. Here, I'm turning it down. Turning it back up slowly, about a foot away. Audio. 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 Now, this is a B104 also there. And there's our top sound. We got the non-chrome bass. So, man, that was a good B104.
What kind of microphone is it?
A B104.
Oh. Well, you need to turn your radio, the mic gain on your radio all the way up as far as it'll go. And then turn that mic gain down on that microphone. And, open it up just a little bit, get closer to that mic. And then make sure you got a good battery in there, too.
Yeah, 10-4 on a good battery. It is brand new. I don't know which way is open or closed on this thing. I'm assuming up open. Audio, is that worse or better?
Is it a handheld or a desktop 104?
Hey, let me catch a break here, fellas.
Go ahead, brother.
Alright, it's a D104. It's a desk mic, but it's got a different head in it. Bigfoot, his mic had a bad head in it, and Bigfoot has a modification that he can do that can fix that head, but it makes it very bassy and very sensitive. So it sounds more like a Turner, and it takes a lot more adjusting and tweaking to get right. I've got one myself that he's done the same thing to. So what you really need to do is to turn the microphone itself all the way down, just barely crack it open, and then work. And I'm not saying this, I'm not promising this is gonna work. This is what worked on the one that he did for me. I just barely cracked the microphone open, and then I did my adjusting with my mic gain on my radio.
10-4, the modulation will die down if it's all the way down, right? Audio, no, it never did. I don't know which way is up or down in this thing. Damn, dude, you got another mic that we can put on there?
Well, I hate to say what I want to say because I don't want to upset anybody, but there's a little bit of distance between us too, so that's gonna make a difference depending on his antenna and his whole setup. But that modification to that microphone, that's not saying that that's not a good modification because I know exactly what he's talking about. But it doesn't seem to be doing any justice on that particular radio.
I switched the mic over. How's this sound? Any better?
You got rid of the muffledness, but now you don't have any audio. You turn your mic gain up?
Yeah, it's up all the way. Audio.
Well, it sounds better. I mean, as far as your clarity. I don't think it's as loud as the other one, but it's cleaner.
You don't another mic.
You did put on another mic. What do you think, Rance?
Same thing. He still sounds muffled like he's sitting in a tin can, but the audio dropped off. This right here is my D104 that has the exact same modification that his has.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, but like I say, yours don't sound bad at all. It does have that bassiness like a Turner. You're right about that, but whatever microphone he put on, probably a stock mic, that cleaned him way up on my end. He's like not muffled at all now, but he just dropped way off in audio. Roger that. Hey guys, I got a phone call. I'm gonna be 10-6. 10-4. We'll be standing by.
That amp is making noise. Audio.
Yeah, I did hear a little bit of muffly in there now.
10-4. How about now? Audio.
I don't think, hey, Shotgun, I don't really think it's the microphone that's the problem, man. How's your SWRs?
Well, with my SWR meter that is coming from the antenna in between the amps, not the radio one, 1.1.
That's testing it with SWR meter in your radio, or you have a external watt meter?
External, 1000 water PDC 600.
And they're 1-to-1?
10-4 on the 1-to-1.
And what kind of antenna do you have?
The Stereo New Tornado. I believe it's a 5/8 wave ground plane.
Hey, Roger, sounds like you got a good one. How far up in the air are you?
Oh, not high enough. The ground planes are probably 15 foot. I need to get up there. Here, real quick, I got a Cobra 142. It's also 5-pin. I'm going to switch over to it, see if that mic sounds any better.
I'm glad you said that. It reminded me, I've got a 142 over here somewhere myself. Had to get that thing dug out. But yeah, we'll be standing by.
He's hitting California Avenue at 2 pounds.
California Avenue at 2 pounds.
Roger.
Bud. I thought you were in Auburn.
This is Dogfather, not in Auburn.
Oh, Dogfather. What's going on, brother?
Sitting here listening to you cats.
Hey, Roger, damn, I ain't heard you in a long time.
Yeah, I had to make a sandwich.
That's why I thought I was talking to Rich again.
Negative on that.
All right, man, go enjoy your sandwich. Put it on you later. It's the buzz on the southwest corner. Right around Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. But even on the northwest corner. It's the buzz. Get down.
Down there, somebody's skipping in there all the way from, sounds like down there by Nevada somewhere. Mr. Buzz.
Yeah, I heard Jamaica in there earlier, too.
How about it up there in tea time?
That's you, Shotgun?
Yeah, how about it? Shotgun with the wave.
I tell you what, man. Is that 142?
Yeah, 10-4.
And you got your mic in all the way open on it?
It is now. How's it sounding? Audio.
Well, you're a little bit stronger on your signal, and your audio is probably not as loud, or, it's not any louder anyway, but it's clean. This time I don't hear any muffling, and you get me about 7 or 8 pounds, I think. I'll have to look again.
10-4 on the 7 to 8 pounds. Audio. Yeah, maybe it's radio has got a little issue. I just got it back, but maybe something's wrong with it. It is an old Madison.
Are you running an amplifier by chance?
Yep, old tuber, DNA.
What kind of amplifier is it?
DNA Maverick, zero power.
How many watts?
I on the high side. Right now I'm dead keying 350, swinging 5.
I think that's what the problem is, man. That's where your muffleness is coming in at. It's a transistor, right? It's on a tube.
No, tube. Old DNA tube. Takes 4 60Q6s as output tubes, and I don't remember what the drivers are.
Okay, so it is tube drive. Okay. Yeah, that might be your issue. I'm not sure. Can you reach down here with it barefoot? I take it that's a no.
I can hear somebody. I don't know if it's that cat from down there in Nevada or not. Yeah, I got a handle on you there, shotgun. I can hear you. You're coming in there at 1 pound, barely making the trip.
Tell him to keep that box back on, but put it on the low side.
I heard you in there. This is the low side. How about it?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, man. I'm not familiar with that amp. I mean, I've heard of DNA, don't get me wrong, and I'm familiar with those tubes, but, yeah. Does it require a low dead key or a high dead key?
10-4 on the low high dead key. Not sure what that means. I'm kind of new to this radio thing.
Yeah. Basically what's happening, I think, I could be wrong, but I think you got too much wattage in your radios going into that amplifier, and that's causing the muffleness. Because I wouldn't think that if it only happened with that one microphone and one radio, but it's happened with 2 radios and at least 2 microphones now. And you've got a decent antenna. We do have a little distance, but that shouldn't matter. You're hitting me a strong number, so with your audio being low like that and muffled, there's probably some problem between the radio and your box. It could be bad coax jumpers. It could be too much wattage out of your radio into the box. There's a few variables there that, are making me think that there's an issue just beyond your mic gain and your microphone, if you know what I mean.
I have come to the conclusion that it's broke. That's what the problem is. It's broke.
I guess we can quit talking about it now then.
I fixed it. See? Just like that. It's broke. Throw it away.
And he had it and the radio I was talking on before.
Who are you talking to anyways? I can't hear him.
Contact him there and try to get it back up there, see if maybe something didn't happen since then.
Hey, Shotgun, I didn't catch most of that, but yeah, if you got a friend or a technician or somebody that works on radios, I heard he mentioned Bigfoot earlier. Just look into that, man, because I think you're putting too many watts into that box, but I could be wrong, too. It could be your jumpers, who knows, but you say your SWRs are fine, so I don't know, man. It's kind of a mystery to me, but a lot of smarter people in the world than me, so somebody will figure it out. And Dudley, I think that's Shotgun out there in Perry, Kansas.
Oh, okay. Well, now that I've put my 2 cents worth in, I'm going to bed.
I was going to say goodnight. It is about bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I heard you there. I'm sorry, I had something going on. Yeah, no, Big said he's the guy that I was looking at my stuff. We had this Madison, we didn't put the 142 to it, but we did tune the Maverick and the Madison together, but I will talk to him about looking into it again.
Hey, Rojo. Yeah, like I say, sometimes there's nothing wrong at all, and sometimes that's just the way it is, you know. But there is a solution. There really is, and the problem that you've got,
Man, that bandit sure is a fucking mouth.
I've heard people say that.
happens to all of us at least once. Some of us more than others, but it shouldn't be too much to get figured out.
10-4. Yeah, if I could get up.
Had to get my D104 in hand just so I could key my radio down and say it.
I'm barely getting you now. Yeah, I'm going to sit back and read the mail and shotgun this away.
All right, Shotgun, have a good one, man. They call me Bandit down here in Topeka, Kansas. We're standing by.
Now, Shotgun, your radio is doing awesome in the signal department. It's just that audio sounds real bassy and muddy, man. It's all good. Ain't nothing wrong with that antenna.
Yeah, no,
Nobody said anything was wrong with his antenna.
hopefully we'll get it fixed and nice and crisp and clear.
Well, now whatever he did from the little bit ago, he's hitting me at 5 pounds where he was down there around 2 earlier, so something's changed.
Yeah, I'm on the 132 now. Hell, this DNA, I haven't had the tubes checked or nothing. It could be tubes wore out. I don't know. It's in pretty good shape, but I don't know.
I didn't copy everything, but you said you was on a modified D104?
Yes, I switched over to an RK56 earlier, and it was still sounding like that low.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Bigfoot did a modification to it because the head quit working, and so now it sounds more like a Turner than it does a D104.
Okay, Brian. Yeah, it's just tough to really understand. I don't know what it is, but...
But he put a stock mic or another mic on his radio, and it was just the same. At first it was clean, but then it went right back to being muffly. So then he unhooked that radio and hooked up to 142, and I could at least hear him and understand him, but you could still kind of hear the muffleness in there. And he had it on the high side. He's got a DNA, and I told him drop it down to the low side. And the numbers didn't really change much, but it seemed like I could understand him a little bit better. But I don't know, it's just one of those things.
Right, yeah, I hear you.
We all can't have a radio like Bandit, though, right?
Oh, here we go.
If you don't want a radio like me, boy, you already lost.
You need to wind up your radio again. You went silent.
I'm getting old, but I'm winding myself up.
So how you doing? I haven't been on here for a while. Haven't heard you for, I don't know, a couple of months probably, or I don't know how long it's been.
Oh, shoot, man, I think I've had this thing off for 12 or better months. I don't know.
That's all it's been.
Maybe longer. Some might say maybe not long enough. I was gonna say, is that all it's down? Slap you with this floppy cheeseburger, boy.
Burger King or McDonald's cheeseburger?
Flame broiled, you know it. You know, I thought about what would be really cool if the organization swapped kitchens for a day. How awesome that might be to have a flame broiled Big Mac.
I wonder if you could take a McDonald's burger over to Burger King and say, would you flame broil this for me? I want to see what it tastes like.
Right? Well, you know, they probably all get their meat from the same place, right down there at U.S. Food. I know Wendy's, that's where they get their French fries at. Because when I was in the big house, that's where we got our French fries at on Saturdays.
Remember back when, Wendy's was getting their stuff from kangaroos?
Aren't they still?
I don't know. Quite some years ago, I actually had a job there. I worked one night, and part of that night, I was stamping out their square hamburgers in their little square hamburger stamping machine.
Yeah, did you see the Photoshop picture of Wendy with her head on top of a kangaroo and her little red and white tablecloth skirt wrapped around the kangaroo?
Hey, I don't mean to bug you guys again, but does this radio, I hooked up an old Midland. Does this radio sound any better or still the same?
Yeah, there you go. It's quieter, but it's cleaner. You know, the audio tone's all straight and stuff.
Well, that's running through that DNA, so maybe it is an output issue. This is old Midland 76, white. Looks kind of funny.
You on the low side? Yeah, it doesn't sound like that radio's ever been clipped open or nothing, but yeah, it sounds, the sound of it sounds alright.
10-4, I was just trying to, this is on the low side. This is on the high side. I was just trying to cancel out the amp.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that.
Noise and stuff went away.
Well, it sounded like we're off. What are we running for? Can we not hear you if you're barefoot? Yeah, right. When you switch your radios, you won't show a buzzer off.
There's a bunch of noise there. What was that?
I said, what's that sound like if you go barefoot? Can't hear you.
Be able to hear me, I don't think. Especially on this little radio.
Well, okay, I'm going to try it. I'll do it.
I can hear him at a pound.
Yeah, that kind of lost him. I can hear him, but can't make him out. But ask him if he's been tuning that each time he puts the radio on, because I don't think he's tuning that thing.
I went down to 15 and switched to the knobs, got it peaked on a whistle. That's how it showed the tuning.
Roger. You went down to 15 and twisted some knobs. Do you not have a meter hooked up to that thing?
I twisted knobs until they were peaking whenever I was whistling. I don't know where you didn't get that I have meters out of that.
Roger. Acknowledged. What do you say about the meters? He said it's all good. Oh, okay.
He said what he did was he peaked his radio. He says he's got meters, or he peaked his amp. He's got meters.
10-4.
That's how I know how many watts I'm pushing. Yep. Can't know that without a meter.
Are you hearing me, Shotgun?
Yeah, no, I think I hear 3 of you up there. This thing's got a preamp. I can hear you guys pretty good.
I'm over on Southeast California, so I'm hearing you at right just now. You was hitting about 4 pounds.
I got a 5, swinging 7 on you.
This is just a barefoot cobra.
I'm barefoot at Topeka High, and I got mud.
I had to make see all over you there. Hit me with it again. Barefoot there.
You probably don't have any numbers on this thing, do you? That's barefoot. It sounds like John.
5, swinging 7.
I didn't hear you.
Still dead key in 5. swinging 7 up here at Lake Perry.
Radio.
Barefoot 5 swinging 7's hitting me at 4 over on California.
I'm hitting you at a 4 and him at a 5-7. Of course, he's probably got his preamp on too. Shit, I got 9 hours on you, boy. I know how many you got on me, boy. But I got my preamp on. 30 dB, Jack. Something wrong over at Dogfather if he's only got 4 on me. He must be looking at the power numbers instead of the SRF numbers. You probably got his RF gain turned down. You probably got his radio upside down.
I wasn't talking to you, buddy. I was talking to Perry over their shotgun. No, you're hitting me around 7 or 8 probably. Do it again. Let me see.
Man, let me calm down.
Alright, yeah, you're hitting 8.
Hey, Rojo, you make me feel so good. Did that come off a little gay? No. Okay, thank you. It came off a lot gay. I knew that was coming.
And he wanted to hear it.
That's so funny coming from you.
You know, when you open your mouth, somebody's going to stick something in it.
That sounded gay.
Hey, Freebird. Rude dog, you sound like you're keeping yourself healthy.
Yeah, I'm trying. You know, it's healthy living over here. Smoking and, shooting stuff in my arm,
Lysol injections.
Absolutely, man. That other stuff, yeah, oh yeah. That's what I've been doing wrong. Lysol, not Pine Sol. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, there's a big difference.
Yeah, one's lemony fresh and the other one's pine fresh.
It's the details.
The devil's in the details, that's exactly right. Just the facts, man. Just the facts.
Since when have any of us been interested in just the facts? We like the fiction better.
Well, that's very end. Who stinky fish needs a mouth?
I didn't follow that one, but the reply was actually kind of funny there, Rude Dog.
He said I was one to watch. I know it was something that I've been wanting to see, but I can't remember the damn name of it now. And I know I got it stored somewhere, so anyway, like anybody cares.
But do you need to know the month too, or just the date?
Well, I think it's this month, so it don't matter what it is as long as today's the 28th. And actually, I think it's it's August, I think, which means I missed the ex-old lady's birthday 4 days ago. But that's alright, because her new man can get her something for her birthday.
That's what I was asking, if you need to know what month it was too, if you're that far out of it. I didn't know if you needed to know if it was June, July, August, or when, you know.
The day that I went into the hospital, I was that far out of it. I didn't even know my own name. And I guess 2 days in a row, somebody called the ambulance on me to get me to go, and every time they got there, I told them to go fuck themselves. Until somebody drugged me to the hospital, and man, I was so lucky, I guess. But I was so out of it. They said that infection had went into my brain and had missed my groin by about a C hair, and I was like, God dang. I didn't know what all that meant at the time, but I sure count my lucky stars now.
Forced gender reassignment?
Yep, that's too bad. Reassignment, gentrification, the whole nine.
That explains why you didn't know your name.
I think he's that way just because he's related to 101.
And don't forget Grandpa.
So where's 101 tonight?
I ain't heard him a long time either.
His health has really went downhill.
That ain't good.
No, not at all. It's been a while since I spoke to him, but the last time I spoke to him, he wasn't getting around very well, and he was on a bunch of different new medications, and just all kinds of stuff wrong with him.
Well, he told me some time ago that he had some toes cut off and he was doing better, but that's been a while.
I think he said some toes cut off.
Yeah, that's what he told me.
Yep, that's true. That's around the time that I went over and seen him, he'd already had that done. They were still bandaged up, as a matter of fact.
Getting old sucks.
Yes, it does.
So what was going on with you? You said an infection. What happened? You get that corona stuff?
No, that's the only thing that I didn't get. Thank God. And they had me on the corona floor because, they test when you come into a facility, they test you. And they put me on the floor with the rest of the corona people, and I didn't know that because I was still out of it. And then the next night, they were like unhooking my shit, packing my room up, and unhooking the bed and stuff, and said, "You ready to get out of here?" I thought I was leaving the hospital. I said, where are you taking me? He said, "Well, you passed your coronavirus test." He said, "We're going to get you off the corona floor." I said, "What?" I said, "Man, get me the hell out of here. That's what the hell's wrong with you people putting me on this floor." And then when they moved me over, they just moved me to another room on the same floor with a hallway separating us. But I guess they explained to me they had like zero degree or zero pressure rooms or whatever, where the air is constantly being sucked out at all times, so that they didn't have anything to worry about. But anyway, the reason I went in, I have some infection in my blood, and like I say, it got up almost to my groin. It got a little bit around my heart, and evidently got some in my brain too, because
That's why I'm all women again.
From your groin to your heart to your brain, that was a quick trip, wasn't it?
I'm glad about three of you keyed up at the same time.
Express train to cirrhosis.
Trip, but that's about all I caught.
Yeah, I'm glad you're better. That's a good deal.
Go down there in your groin.
Shit, that doctor, she said, we're going to have to get real familiar with each other real fast. Did I tell this story last night? I think I did. But after she went up in my pants,
Oh boy.
I said, now, wait a minute. You said we have to get
What?
the real fast. I said, is it my turn? She didn't like that too.
Try that again.
Groups are always better than individuals, right?
That's right. Quit keying on me, free bird.
I heard something about rubber gloves or sticking a finger somewhere is what I thought I was hearing. Somebody,
That wasn't a free bird. That was truck driver out there at Lowe's.
Hey, yeah, they do got a truck stop here now, man. I get my mobile equipment hooked up and go get me some business.
Crap, you're gonna go back out that back road again. You get some more of that infection. You're going back to the hospital. I can see it now.
I knew you was gonna say some shit like that.
you know what? Let log lasers in that truck stop.
Shit, why you think they call it love, baby? I'm gonna go spread my love. I'm gonna go spread my bacterial infection.
Infected diesel dummy.
That's why I said something about a needle in your groin, because somebody said out there something about a dirty needle and getting something off of it.
I think they were talking about his toes still at that point.
Damn, this getting that bad.
Anyway, shit. You guys, man. What the hell was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I had 11 doses of intravenous, whatever, in the fucking of
Hey, Zigzag.
Yeah, go right.
I go vancomycin, which is really, really strong antibiotic. I mean, probably one of the strongest antibiotics ever made. I had 11 of those and it still didn't clear it all up, but after they released me, I had to go for another week for this other antibiotic that's a little less stronger. And then after I got released, I've got 4 weeks of pills that I got to take to finish it off. And Monday when I go, I got an appointment Monday for the lymphedema doctor and the infectious disease doctor, and I think they're gonna send me for a wrap, so hopefully we'll get this shit cleared up.
If they name it after you, then you know you're important.
You had a boil on your butt. How did you get the infection to begin with?
Boil on my butt?
Yeah, he's want to know where it started from. I think he's got a misinterpretation of where this all began.
How did you have the infection in your blood?
Well, I really am not 100% sure. Don't know. But I had a hole in my leg, in my lower leg, in my calf area, and it was constantly draining. Like it was like somebody turning on the water faucet on real low, and it was just leaking out of my leg. And he said that whatever caused that is called some kind of a edema, like pitting edema, and it probably got some dirt in it, maybe. He don't know for sure, and that dirt caused the infection somehow, even though I was putting peroxide on it every day, and, bandaging it up or whatever, but, so anyway, I don't know for sure what caused it.
So it was actually something on your leg that make your shit start out. If you, like I fuck with it, see if it's draining, it will make it need to pop and squeeze it, try to get more shit out of it, and that's gonna bruise it and infect it more. And
yeah, but it wasn't like that. It didn't. Oh shit. Dog, what's that called when your microphone, when you're talking on your radio and your microphone starts getting really loud and squeals? This thing does that every once in a while. But anyway, there wasn't any trash. There wasn't nothing hard there. It wasn't a boil, wasn't a bubble.
It's called trash.
It just had a hole in my leg. And it literally looked like
That was a hole in your mind.
it was turned on. And he said that was just the infection draining. I was like, well, how did it get there to begin with? And he said, well, that's why we got to run these tests. And the closest that they could come to was they called it stasis cellulitis. And I don't remember what that was. I mean, I don't even really know what that is, except for when I got shot in my leg years ago, the same leg. I had shrapnel that was coming up out of my leg over the past few years, and just like my leg would start bleeding in spots. Well, that doctor there, when he was draining it and cutting it, getting all the shit out of there, I had like 3 surgeries in the 9 days that I was in the hospital back in '94, and they said that had gotten so infected that it was called something cellulitis. It wasn't the stasis cellulitis, but it was a different form. So I don't really have a clue what any of that is.
Make them name it after you, then you can be famous.
What about that? Famous?
Have them make or name whatever it is you had after you, so you can be famous for that infection.
Stasis Wheeleritis?
There you go.
I want to be famous for inventing something like a heart or a kneecap, or, of course that shit's already been invented, but something like that, like a boner pulse or something. Wouldn't that be cool?
Go for the low-hanging fruit first.
Low-hanging fruit.
yeah, I could see the fragments off the bullet that they were in there working their way out would get infected, and that's probably how it started.
Yeah, it's hard to say, man. It was, well, okay, let me think about how this might have started. I don't know about how the blood infection got there, but with, going to the methadone clinic, that thing, I've gained a lot of weight since I've been going there. And I haven't, actually laid down in my bed, properly for a long time. I usually sit at the edge of the bed or the end of the bed, and I usually fall asleep like that. And eventually, pretty much all day, every day, and not doing a damn thing, but just sitting here, you got veins in your legs, and the part of the leg, the veins that are supposed to carry blood upward, back up towards your heart or whatever, those veins weren't working. So my legs kept swelling, my feet kept swelling, I couldn't hardly see my toes, my skin got really tight, and that's where that pitting edema came in, and that's probably why you said a sore, um, uh, created itself, because that fluid that built up, it has to go somewhere, and if your leg is as tight as it'll ever get, it's going to poke a hole in your leg so it can get out, and that's exactly what happened, because that happened to me in January, too, with my other leg. That's why I was in the hospital the first time. But anyway, so when you said...
Well, I know your leg's swollen up. I think you'd still be able to see your toes unless that leg got awful fat. But I'd say your belly was big enough you couldn't see your toes no more.
He needs to wind that radio back up.
He was kind of just quit, like he forgot he was keying up or wasn't keying up anymore.
Yeah, he's winding that rubber band up on that radio. Well, he's lucky they didn't cut his legs off and grind it up for a McDonald's hamburger.
My mom was a diabetic and her legs would swell up all the time, and went out to get the paper one day in the morning, early morning, and fell and was laying out there screaming. And Dad found her and yelled at me. I was still living at home, and I went out there and we got her in and had to call an ambulance. Her legs split wide open because all the fluid in it, when she hit the ground, it was just like a balloon popping. And she had a spot from almost her knee clear down to her ankle. Her whole leg split wide open from it.
Man, that had to hurt. Was it on the back, on the calf, or on the front, on the shin?
On the back, on the calf.
Wow. It healed up though, right?
Well, yeah, that one did. Later on, she wasn't able to feel her legs at all, feet no more, and she used to sleep at the damn kitchen table, dining room table. She'd put a pillow out there, and she'd put her head and chest up there, or her shoulders on it, and lay there and fall asleep. She wouldn't ever get in the bed anymore. 4 o'clock in the morning, something, she had to take a leak, and she got, instead of yelling for help, she got up to use the bathroom, and I don't know if she made it in there and was on her way out or was trying to get in there, but she wasn't paying attention where her foot was, and she went ahead and put her weight that was 300 plus on that leg that wasn't down right, and she fell and broke it completely in half above the knee, and they had to put it, and that was her demise, because they put her in a cast, told her she couldn't go back home because nobody could take care of her no more, as heavy she was, and with a leg broke like that, it ain't never going to heal right, because 65 or 67, whatever she was, 68 maybe, and almost had like a full body cast on her side of her hip and that one leg, and the other leg was already purple, and they checked it out and told her they had to take that one off, so she lost one leg and had the other one in a cast that she wasn't ever going to get to heal right and walk on it again. They put her in a nursing home, and about 2 weeks later she died.
Damn, that sucks.
She was at home doing good. She just told Dad that if she ever wasn't nursing home, she was going to give up hope and die. And as soon as she was doing good in the hospital, but as soon as they said she was going to nursing home, she said, fuck it.
Exactly the way my mom was.
There he is. Out in your radio, boy. Blow it up.
No, the reset or the circuit breaker on the back of the amp shut down. I think it got too hot. Talking too damn much.
That's what I was trying to tell 101, man. You got to watch out for them legs, man, when you're diabetic. Because it don't take nothing but to stub your big toe one time wrong.
Yeah, that's what my friend Winston had to worry about. I'm just glad that I don't have that problem as of yet. They had me listed as pre-diabetic.
My mom was a diabetic, took insulin. My dad was the hyperglycemic, so where you had to regulate some smaller foods and regulate how you eat and stuff. And I get the shakes and feel funny sometimes like my dad did, so I'm hoping I'm more like that because I don't want to take no damn insulin. I ain't going to take a shot every damn day of my life.
That's right. When you start to feel sick or whatever, you don't take insulin.
Sure, boy.
Your system right away.
Come on.
I drink 20 Mountain.
Wow, this shit ain't got no audio, does it?
Yeah, it's got audio.
You got some audio?
Roger.
Some audio of it?
What's the 20 on the Oreos?
It's not bad. I mean, I don't know if it's a little muffly or not, but it's got audio.
Okay. Stock microphone.
Yeah. I can tell it wasn't no D104.
Yeah, my D104 died right when you went away.
Oh, wow. My radio dies and your mic dies.
Yeah, stupid thing.
Put a battery in it.
Is that the one with the 5,000-foot cord on it?
Oh, wow, I have one of those.
Oh, I thought you had one that you put a extra length cord on there.
No, I don't play cord.
Better come back to that microphone.
Well, let me get off that trash and get on this. Hello, can you hear me now?
There you go.
That was better.
Ain't no cord on this shit.
String in the can, but it's doing good.
Yeah, it's not one of my best.
Well, one that's almost 30 dB, that's about good.
Okay, I ain't worried about that. I just want to know what the quality of the audio is.
Less than 25%.
Audio is pretty good.
Or let me rephrase that. Minus 25%, so you're running about 75% audio.
You sound like you are about 75% in the audio. More like 75% in the bird. Come on, hello?
Well, I can't do nothing about that with a stock mic.
Oh, right.
My noise canceller sounded louder than this thing.
Yeah, but that's pitiful.
All right. I need to find my damn soldering iron so I can get my 104s and my Night Eagles and shit wired back up.
Well, go get one. They're only like $10 at Walmart.
Yeah, but then I'd have to find the microphones. Actually, I got my Silver Eagle underneath the bed in a bag. I came across that fucking soldering iron when I didn't need it, and I should know better that I should always need it, or at least always have it ready just in case. JIC.
Get a holster, put it on your belt.
Have to get a extra slot for it, because the magazine goes in one slot, the gun goes in the other, so I'd have to make one for it.
Fuck, is it one of those hardware store Wellers or what?
Yeah.
Just unzip the fly, you're not using it, right?
I'll forget to put the 9 in there, I'll put the soldering iron in there and go to town. Shit, I wish I had a welder. It's been a long time since I had one of those.
You need something welded?
Is it Weller or Waller?
They sell them at the hardware store.
Oh, do they?
I got one if you need it.
With the base and all that, and the little yellow sponge and the soldering iron holder for it.
No, the aluminum cutout.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about on the stand itself, how it's got that spring play. You know, it's got that little spring thing in it. You put the soldering iron in it. No, it's just got a little aluminum bail. Right, that goes on the table. Yeah, you set it on the table and then you set it on it so it keeps the tip from touching the table. Yeah, the one I had, I threw that thing in the trash, but because I had the little spring thing or whatever it's called that sat in on the stand. Yeah, it was solid iron holster. That's it, and then I had the little mirror with the roach clip, or the alligator clip.
Magnifying glass? Not a mirror, right?
Yeah, magnifying, what I say, mirror, magnifying glass.
Yeah, I have a hard time doing it without trying to do it in reverse with a mirror, so I'd like to watch that.
Alright, I'm sure some idiot's done it on YouTube. Yeah, some people needed to take it on a mirror before they could handle the soldering iron. Some didn't. Like practicing a card trick.
Are you short on soldering irons? I can look around. I think I got 3 or 4.
It's not that I'm short on it. It might as well be. I can't find it, and it's not that great. It's a little, what is it, a 25 water? I don't know, a little red handle jobby that you can buy at Walmart for like dog shit, $10 or so, $10 or $12. Oh, cheap Chinese knockoff of a Weller. Yeah, junk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll burn those things up in a week.
I think I got a Weller. It's got a light blue handle on it somewhere. I might even have 2.
That's nice. Right on, yeah. Yeah, I used to have one too that was like the gun type thing with the tip that, it went down and then up and then in. It was like, well, I don't even know how to describe it. That's not the best I can do. It looked like it was folded in half, piece of copper folded in half with a little tip on it, and it just went inside the gun like that. They're like a gay porno. Yeah, it had a light on it and everything.
Yeah, I think I had one of them. I know I've got a couple of those light blue ones, but I don't know, I don't even know what brand it is, but it's orange. And that sucker gets hot, real fast. I like it a lot better than those blue ones, so I'll look around, and if I got those blue ones, I know they're Weller brand. You're welcome to them, or one of them anyhow.
I appreciate that, man. I really do. I gotta get these microphones done.
I will look tomorrow.
Roger.
I might even have one of them soldering guns you're talking about, but I don't know that it got that hot when I tried it the last time. I never really did use it, but if I got that, I'll dig it out too.
What would you have to have for it?
Oh, I just let you have them.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Roger, no problem.
So what have you been up to anyway, man? It's been a while. I mean, of course, I haven't been on in a while, but the last time I was on, I don't think you were on.
No, I got myself busy. About first of the year, I drug home a old wheel horse garden tractor and was planning on a garden this spring, so I had to get it up and running. So then we got a chicken house built and then put in a good garden, and then garden's kind of getting to the end of the growing season, so I'm not quite so busy, so I decided to rev up the old radio and see if it still worked.
Roger, you quit doing those YouTube videos, or do you still do those?
There's one of them running right now.
Gotcha. I'm embarrassed now.
That's all right. I wouldn't be.
Well, anyway, yeah, I appreciate that, man, and don't know if you ever had my number, but it's changed. But I don't know if you even remember where I still live at, or not. I'm still in the same place where you came by that one time.
I got your old number in my phone, I think, but hold on, let me grab something to scribble on.
Roger.
Alrighty.
All right, it's 785, of course. 806-9283.
Alright, I'm gonna read it back. 3829608.
That's correct, with the 587 area code.
Yes, sir. I'll text you here in a second with my number.
10-4. What? 10-9? Actually, I think if you have the same number, I've got your number. Got a whole bunch of zeros in it.
I like a lot of zeros. I just text you.
Yep, that's the same number. Came up as dog father.
I got a t-shirt that has dog father on it. That's how I come up with my name. And I was at the grocery store, and I got some beer, and the guy that was bagging the guy at the working there, so I was getting ready to leave. He goes, "Enjoy your beer, dog father." So I'm wondering if it's somebody's on the radio.
That's cool. Yeah, anyway, like I say, I don't know when I'll be around or not. I didn't really have any plans tomorrow, but I might be going over to Five Eyes for a little bit, but and I don't even know if you'll be even able to make it over tomorrow or not, but just text me or call me.
Alrighty, yeah, I'll do some digging around and see what I got and put her together.
All right, man. I appreciate that. I'm gonna. Oh, who's that? I'm gonna get off of here for a little bit. I got some things I gotta take care of.
Alrighty. The end, right? Nobody's got anything else to say. Bandit left. Airways are clear.
Or maybe it's just a more mature conversation will happen now. to tell everybody it's Friday Night Fights. I won. I'll see ya.
No, I think Shotgun got her.
Yeah, actually, Shotgun beat us all up.
Shotgun or Wrench. Either one, I'm not real sure. Distance, you know.
I tell you what, man. Lynch has two good selling radios. He's got a 2000 in the basement, he said, and a Saturn upstairs with a 200 Mako. Man, that thing was stroking. He got a phone call a while back, and I don't know what happened to him. He had that honeydew list going on, or I don't know anything about the guy. I just talked to him tonight, but he just disappeared on us.
He's probably trying to drag that Cobra upstairs then.
No, I think he left it. I think he's got it set up like that on purpose.
Yeah, nothing wrong with having one in the basement, one upstairs, one in the garage, one in the pickup, one in the car.
Because if you're married, you never know where you might be sleeping that night.
That's true.
I've found myself waking up in the car plenty of nights or mornings.
It's all good, as long as you wake up.
That's right. Somebody out there said something about watching out. Who we got out there in the distance? Probably somebody that couldn't even come close to hearing my radio.
Well, they ain't hearing me, that's for sure.
Sounds like Ziggy. Ziggy, what are you doing, man? Why do you sound like you're in, like, Texas or something? Plug your coax in, Ziggy.
Well, maybe it is somebody in Texas. And that hurricane didn't hit Texas, did it? It went up through Louisiana.
Yeah, Louisiana and parts of Texas were affected. Like 800,000 people lost electricity between Texas and Louisiana.
Man, that's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. That's really, really, really gonna be a mess to clean up after what? A month? Probably electricity will be coming back on for some of them folks.
That'd be a good place to go down and work.
And if you like to work.
I love working, man. I've been miserable since January. My mom passed away in January, and I lost my job because I was working through the RCIL place, taking care of my mom and my stepdad, and that job kind of ended.
Sorry about losing your mom. That sucks. Lost my mom just a little bit over a year ago. But sorry about yours.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It sucks, man. It really does. But you know, what's really weird is I haven't really mourned or anything. You know, it just to me it just don't seem like she's gone. You know, I go downstairs to leave out of here, and I always look right over in the living room where she was sitting. You know, either on the computer or the TV or whatever, and the power chair is still there, but she's not in it. So the reality slaps me in the face, but it just, I don't know, it just keeps reoccurring like that. It's just kind of weird.
What would happen if you kind of move things around in the house a little bit?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get the nerve to do. I'm actually thinking about going in and getting the stuff out of her room and packing it up or throwing it away or, doing something with it. Because with the way my legs have been lately, I don't know how much more of these stairs I can take.
Oh, man, you got to take care of them legs, because without them, you are in deep trouble.
I know that's right. I was watching The Act. I don't know if you've seen that show, and I'm sure if you've ever been on Facebook, you've heard of Gypsy Rose, the chick that her mom was like Munchausen through proxy or whatever, and was always making her daughter sick and always keeping her down, and she was in a wheelchair, and I don't even think she really needed to be, but her mom was keeping her so drugged up that that's where she was always at, and when there wasn't anything really wrong with her, but that's kind of how I felt like, man, what if my legs were taken away like that? What if I couldn't use my legs? I'd be in a world of hurt.
No, I haven't heard about that show or anything, but you gotta take after them legs. That's for damn sure. I've known an awful lot of people that's had a miserable life because of that. My grandmother, she had polio, and her life was pretty miserable because of that.
That's pretty decent cologne, though, man. That's what I always had in high school.
Pretty decent what?
Cologne, that Polo cologne.
Oh no, she had polio.
Oh, polio. I'm sorry.
I probably said polo, but yeah, she had polio. She had a metal brace on her leg that she used to walk.
Oh, wow. Yeah, for the first time, just being serious, I used to clown around a lot with my mom's walker or whatever, you know. And joke's on me now because when I got out of the hospital, I had to use that walker to get around. And I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't throw that out. Those things are expensive if you got to buy them new.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's nothing to joke around about. I had hurt my back, and I was to the point of needing a walker. I felt like I was going to need one real soon, and I got that resolved. But yeah, that's something you don't joke around about. It's easy to take something for granted, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. And I used to, well, I don't know if I should say that or not. I didn't make fun of old people. I've never really done that. I've just made, I joke around a lot just to get other people's reaction, just see if they would get mad or if they would laugh or whatever. But, you've seen some old people, how they walk. Sometimes they just, shuffle their feet. Like, they don't pick them up. They just scoot them back and forth to get to where they're going. And some of them even kind of just do a little jog while they're shuffling their feet. Well, I used to, play around like that. And I don't make those jokes anymore.
I had a neighbor one time. He was talking about he was older, and most people I grew up around were a lot of them were older. But this gentleman, he was talking about. He says, and he was in his 80s, late 80s when he was telling me this. He was talking about a guy that used to go down to that would hang out at the store back when he was a kid, and he was always laughing about how he'd wear these boots. He said that he would take 2 steps before he'd go anywhere in those boots because they're so big. And he says, I figured out why he wears them boots so big, because it's hard to bend over if you got to pull something on your feet when you get old.
That's exactly right. And I was also starting to tell, or saying something about gaining weight when I went to the methadone clinic before my radio conked out on me. But I got up to 369, and I'm like, Jesus criminy, man. That's 31 away from 400. I'm like, that's insane. And you couldn't really tell by looking at me. Well, maybe you can. But with the way my legs blew up and my feet blew up, yeah, you could tell. Now, anyway, since going into the hospital, I think I've lost 40 pounds. And most of that was just water weight.
Well, you could look at it as that's so many pounds from 400, or you could look at it the other way and go, yeah, it's only this much above 300.
That's a whole bunch above 300, though. But yeah, you're right. But I went insane years ago when I hit 272. I was like, holy crap! I said I've never been that heavy in my entire life, and so I got serious about dieting, and I lost, I don't know, 60 pounds or so over a 6 or 8 month period. Lost 20 pounds right away in like 2 weeks, but I'm supposed to be sticking to this 2,000 milliliter a day liquid diet, just because they're wanting me to get all this fluid off out of my system. And if I can stick to it, which I haven't really been doing very good at that, but if I can stick to it, I stand to lose quite a bit more. And then I just need to watch my diet, 2,000 milligrams per day, low sodium, which really sucks.
Yeah, that low sodium part, because I was thinking maybe if you ate like salty potato chips or something, that'd help, but apparently that's not the trick, huh?
Yeah, because sodium, evidently, I don't know if it makes you gain weight or if it makes the water stay in your system or what, but evidently they didn't want me having a high sodium diet or even a normal diet, so when I was in the hospital they had me on low sodium, which, man, when you get down to it, it's pretty damn nasty.
What happens if you like go outside where it's, like at 7 o'clock, the heat index was 109, and you just go out and you just sweat like a SOB?
Yeah, but with all my other health problems, I'd probably pass out or have a heat stroke.
Could you sit in the shade and sweat like an SOB?
I could. I do every day, actually. I go out every day. I try to at least do a little something. Try to stay walking as much as I can, or some type of movement. And usually it's in the mornings because that's when it's kind of tougher for me to get up and around. But since I'm always awake really early in the morning anyway, it kind of makes sense for me.
Yeah, I think sweating would somehow or another would probably do a fair job of getting salt and the moisture out of your body.
Yeah, and I don't know that Lasix that I have to take every day. It's I imagine it doesn't really matter how it gets out of my body as long as it's getting out. But most of that weight I lost, that 40 pounds or whatever, 32, 34 pounds, has been from just pissing it out, taking that damn water bill.
Yeah, if you're sweating like that, then you could take those action photos of you outside and you'd look like Arnold Schwarzenegger all oiled up, but it'd be sweat.
I'd probably look like Danny DeVito all oiled up, but yeah.
Either way, right? As long as the result's the same, right?
As long as it looks oiled up, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So you call the cops there, Ziggy? How come I can't hardly hear you, man? What's going on with your radio? Can you make him out there, Dogfather?
I cannot even hear him. I thought I heard him earlier, just a little bit in there.
Ziggy. Hey, Ziggy. How come I can't hardly hear you? Where are you at?
Freebird should be able to hear him.
I think you said somebody pissed you off, and so you ain't trying to talk on the radio where they can hear you? Oh, okay, well, I can just barely hear you, brother. Yeah, he said, he's talking about I look like Arnold Schwarzenegger all oiled up. I said, my case would be more like Danny DeVito.
When you're saying that, I was thinking more of the woman on the Goonies.
Or the women of Walmart. What's going on with Ziggy? I can't really understand what he's saying.
He said he's ready everywhere and nobody can hear you, so he ain't ready to go get fucked.
Oh, well, he's only fucking himself. You got it that way for a reason?
Yeah, he said there's only one person he needs to talk to, and they're right close, and there's nobody else. If you want to hear him, he got to come over here close.
Oh, he must be talking about you then.
I'm the only one important to talk to, is what he's trying to say.
Oh, I got you. Well, then, shit, I'll shut up and quit talking to him then. What are you laughing at now?
Well, I'm gonna call it enough and catch up with you guys later. And man, I'll look around tomorrow and see what I got, put it together, and give you a phone call or shoot you a text or something.
Alright, dog, brother, I appreciate it. And, radios, amplifiers, things like that, always welcome, too. No, I'm just kidding, man. Have a good night.
You're not picky. It doesn't have to be Dave made or anything like that, right?
No, don't even shit. It can be Dogfather made for all I care.
Yeah, those are high dollar. Those aren't gonna happen.
Right?
Exactly. Nobody buys that stuff, so it's gonna be rare and nobody cares.
That's why it's high dollar. It's like that 24-volt shit he's talking about.
You gotta put your hands in the ear if you just don't care.
That's alright. Hey, he was the one that was wanting that. Speaking of 24 volts, that was wanting a 24-volt power supply, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I was wanting, what was it, a 24-volt? I think so. I was wanting a 50 or a 70 amp power supply. I don't know if it has to be 12 or 24 volts, but I imagine either one would work as long as it had a variable.
I do have, it was a very, keyword was, a very good 50 amp variable power supply. I can't remember the brand. It's sitting in the shop there underneath the workbench, and it's ruined. But I did have one. Walmart. I bought a battery from them, and I took it, and it just wouldn't hold a charge. Took it in. They charged up. Said there's nothing wrong with it. Brought it home. It wouldn't start anything. So I'll just put this 50 amp charger on it, and hooked it up and left, and come back, and it wasn't working. And it smelled like the electric smoke coming out. So that battery shorted out and roasted it. But yeah, I did have one.
Yeah, probably burn out those transistors.
Oh, a lot more smoke than transistor smoke.
Yeah, but you gotta think it could have been the transformer too, but you gotta think there's probably, shit, I don't know, 8 to 10 little transistors on the back of that thing.
Well, the transformer's gone, I know.
That's too bad, man. Yeah, that battery fucked you over. buy me one for $45 that has a 4-year warranty, and I know it'll work.
Yeah, after that, I stuck some fog lights I had on it and sat there and left it for a week. Let it completely sit there, just basically short on it after the lights quit working. Left it sit there for a full week and took it back in. And the jackwagon there, he says, "Oh, you again?" He goes, "There ain't nothing wrong with this battery." He put it on his machine there, and then he went and got somebody else, and they came over and they're wiggling the cables around and whatever. And he goes, and then there was this loud buzzing noise. Well, he went away to find somebody else to help him from the machine. He left it hooked up, and they come back and they the whoever it was, the jackwagon went and talked to, came over and he goes, "Well, apparently your battery has expired."
Apparently, that's what I tried to tell you a month ago. But yeah, I don't buy. I had a similar experience, and now I just buy all my batteries from Interstate. And I don't care if they're refurbished. I don't care if they only have a 4-year warranty. What do I give a shit about $45 for? You know, depending on what I'm going to use it for, I don't care. And I've never had any problems with them either.
Yeah, I'm more upset about that power supply that I hooked up to it and being stupid just walking away from it. But that's a lot more, to me, it was a lot more value than a Walmart battery. But, go figure. But it still has 2 good meters on it and, 2 good variable pots on it. You could change voltage and current on it. So it was a good one.
Hey, I'd have been mad as hell, man. If you hadn't walked away from it and it did that kind of damage, I would have taken that in there with it and said, "Look, this battery just ruined my thing, my unit here, my power supply or whatever." And of course they would have said, "Well, what are you trying to do putting a power supply on a battery anyway?" But, anyway, that's too bad.
Now what they would do is they would just give you this blank stare and go, "What? That doesn't look like a battery charger."
Right. You'd have to attach some cables to it to make it look like it.
Yeah, well, that was my fault. I should have. Well, because I had it on a 10 amp charger and it just kept tripping the circuit breaker on it. I was like, "Oh, shoot, I'll just stick it on this 50 amp power supply and then it'll be done." It'll sit there and bring it back up. But no, I pulled more than 50 amps and I don't know. And whatever. Anyway, long story short, I ruined something I shouldn't have.
Long story short, you just said it in a nutshell. It'll be done. And it was done.
Done. Stick a fork in it.